Looks like it's happening.
I just had a fruit smoothie or a smoothie last segment, Erica, but I already
Oh,
finished
good.
it. There you are. I see you on my Facebook here.
All
Let's
right.
see.
We did it.
What kind
Okay,
of
well,
fruit smoothie did you have, David?
oh, I had another protein powder that I got from Trader Joe's. Um, I
Nice.
got it down to a science. It was good. I love the ones Erica has, but I
Yeah, they're
ran
gonna
out.
change the
So,
recipe soon for what we have, so it'll have less sugar in it. But right now, it's very well balanced with the fibers and the sugar, so it's just like in nature.
are you blending something? It sounds like there's a
Oh,
train
I'm sorry.
going
I'm
by
just
there.
warming up some hot tea. Is that? It'll be. I'll just mute myself for a second.
Okay, no problem. Uh, it's not that big a deal. You can join us. I did want to for station identification. This is our last ripple effect before our winter break. We'll be back in January into January. All things remaining, all things go well. But Erica, I did want to have you introduce yourself, and don't worry about the background noise. That's okay. I'd
Okay,
rather have
it's
you
it's
on
almost
than
done now.
at least people know what that is. And then, if you don't mind just introducing yourself and tell us about what you know about Laura to our guest today.
Yes. Well, hi, David. Welcome for our last episode of this year, 2025. Bye bye, almost. For the ripple effect, and it's great to be with you, my co facilitator in all things ripple effect. So yeah, I'm Erika Gimbel. It's nice to see you all. I have been a little bit off traveling on the East Coast, and now I'm back in the Bay Area. And we're so happy to have Laura on. She's our special guest today, and we get to hear about the amazing work that she does. And I'd love for people who are tuning in to just imagine this is a different kind of interview than we usually have. I mean, we might ask some of the same questions, and to kind of suspend your disbelief and think what is possible for healing
Yes.
in a different way, because Laura certainly does it. She does it. She's a different kind of health professional healer. And so it's great to have you here. Laura, how you doing?
I'm doing well, and I'm grateful that I get to be a part of the last podcast for 2026 on December 2nd. Woo!
Yeah, say goodbye to that year. Except we still have, what, 29 more days of this month. But nevertheless, Laura, tell us your story and what you do. And I just want to keep everybody reminding to breathe and to go, what could this healing be for me as you share your story?
Those are good thoughts. And in my line of work, energy follows thoughts, and we're going to have those good thoughts to start this podcast. It will be 20 years in 2026. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in January. I didn't let the disease define me. It's still emotional. So forgive me for that. I've done a lot of work around it. However, it is still emotional. I have two adult daughters who are now 29 and 33. They were, one was 13 and one was 9. And the first thing I did when I found out was go home and talk to them, because it is something that profoundly impacts all of our relationships in your family, community. There's a lot of misconception around it. And most important, as I mentioned, I did not let it define me. And I see myself now as healthy. And the gift behind all of it was realizing my life was out of balance, and it was time to transform what was not working in my life and bring it more into balance. I was in the middle of divorcing my former spouse. Make a very long story short, the importance and having.
Oh, what the heck? Um,
Keep going, Laura. I think we're still recording to Facebook, so keep going.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The
That was some
importance.
other AI recording. I don't know.
Okay, the importance behind all of this was to stay focused and reach the milestones of my kids graduating from grade school, high school, college, and getting to experience all of that. And in the summer of 2010, I had kept getting ill over the years and thought that perhaps I need to be in the field of health and wellness. My primary care doctor sent me home in the summertime and said, please go register for the Academy of Intuition Medicine, gave me Dr. Francesca McCartney's email address. I registered, went through the program, graduated, and it's probably the best gift I ever gave myself because I have a master's certification in intuition medicine, energy medicine practitioner, the state of California. My business is a medical intuitive, so it's Vidal Medical Intuitive. And with that, Erika, could you just share a little bit about your experience and
Yeah.
the service that I provided to you?
Yeah, so in my experience, I got to work with Laura a couple months ago. I was having this congestion in my ear, and we did this beautiful session that I believe I have a recording of
Yes,
somewhere.
you do. I
And
heard
it
recording.
really, yeah, it was a really beautiful experience, and it brought up like very early memories for me from my growing up years, and just tapping into that healer that I am, like with you, was fabulous. And it brought a kind of healing to this area. This is the side of my head that has the ear issue, this side for some reason. And so it was a very beautiful experience for me personally, with the healer that I identify with, as well as being able to access the kind of story behind this Achilles heel for me that happens with my ear congestion. And so it was a beautiful experience, and it stayed with me a long time, and still months later I can feel the healing that you provided for me. Lots of reminders of my own healernessness. Yeah.
Absolutely. I am a guide. I am a guide, and it's mind, body, spirit. It is a spiritual, spirit to spirit communication. And what I have found, the focus I today like to work with is those that have an upcoming surgery or they've been through a surgery, and surgeries don't always go as planned. But we have fabulous surgeons, medical teams. It's from a holistic standpoint, we're all there to support one another. And in that process, shift that energy and transform that energy to be prepared for a surgery. And clients, just like you have shared with all of us,
Mm.
shared the same experience of, I feel better faster. I'm healing more quickly. The surgeon did, surgeon repaired more things than they thought they would repair. Uh,
Yeah,
all
it's a beautiful work that you do, Laura. And working with you reminded me of, I got to live with somebody who had a hip surgery back in, like, oh, what was that, 2005 or 6. They had a hip surgery and they were very stressed about it. And so they actually got to work with somebody and create a tape where they played it during their surgery. You're okay. Like this whole tape that they put on during their surgery, and reminded me of that aspect. And then I have a client who is getting ready for surgery in January, and we started to create their affirmations for what's happening for them and what they're scared about with their heart surgery coming up. So the way you do what you do is very special, and you tap in, and you get like these messages about what's going on with their body, huh?
I do. I absolutely do. And sometimes we're not aware of that. And that's where my guiding comes in. My spirit is also working with your spirit at that moment. And there's that beautiful communication. it's like a light bulb goes off. Oh, wow, that's it. This will really help that person. And it makes a difference. And I don't touch anyone. I didn't realize that. I knew I didn't touch anybody, but there's a misconception that I do. So that's
Yeah.
why
So
you
it's
on.
it's 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 not physically touching, yet you are tapping into a person's energy and their field and their there's things that you are touching, but it's not physical touch.
Yes. And most people report that they felt my presence, even though we're on Zoom or it's a phone call. And I can see people in person. However, it's every bit as effective on the phone
Mm,
or on Zoom.
so cool.
It really is. And setting those intentions and affirmations, I agree. It makes a huge difference in everyone's life.
So you kind of said a little bit about who your ideal person is, like this people going through surgeries
Yes.
and having surgeries that they're feeling nervous about. Who doesn't feel nervous about a surgery? And maybe other kinds of illnesses that there's persnickety things that are just not getting handled or
Very
not getting
true.
attended to in the way that the person would like.
Very true. I did not bring, I was going to bring up a copy of my book. I wrote Maggie Lives with Breast Cancer, A Family Tale of New Beginnings
Oh,
for
cool.
families to share with their children a cancer diagnosis. I found in just even talking to the person on GoDaddy, not to promote GoDaddy, but everyday services where their parents or grandparents didn't share a cancer diagnosis or just took their hair off and said, oh, by the way, it's traumatic for a family member to experience it that way. And that's why I communicated immediately with my kids so that they could understand that that's what was going to happen. And I also learned in the process when my hair was falling out and my youngest was in tears going, Mom, you are shedding. You have to do something about this. That I needed to also help in that communication process. And the breast surgeon at the time, she wanted to write a children's book with me, but I went and wrote that children's book. So yes, it's not just about cancer. It's we all have traumas in our life, and it's about transforming that energy and working with the family and helping that communication with yourself and learning how to be more effective in your communication with yourself. Simon
Beautiful.
Simon Sinek, although it's not his quote, quotes Zen Buddhists and how you do anything is how you do everything.
Uh-huh.
If you can learn to approach life in a loving kindness with yourself and others, it is a different way to experience life instead of the ah
Hair on fire.
hair on fire, being over dramatic in the moment just to make a point.
Nice. Well, I really appreciate what you do and who where do you find most of your people? Like how do people come to you? Who's your best referral sources, like other health professionals or
Right now, it's the Academy of Intuition Medicine, and also our BNI community has been very helpful in recommend referring people to me. So both sources. I
good. And so people who don't know what BNI is, that's Business Networking International, our international networking organization. And Laura serves in our BNI chapter as the director consultant. David is a director consultant. I'm a director consultant of different chapters. And do you want to say something about that?
absolutely, I find it rewarding. How about the two of you? Do you both find it rewarding to be DCs,
I
David?
think it's always interesting. David, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah, it's good. I appreciate her discussion of I realize why she's such a good DC too with what she brings from her profession to DC, so very seasoned and I love her approach to the stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciated your first presentation with Abundant Referral Circle, and you really got us thinking about our numbers. And that I'm usually not a numbers person, and I actually borrowed that presentation. I did it with the chapter I support, and they loved it. So it was a great energy you brought that I got to share with the people I serve, Laura.
Then
Yeah,
it is a total win-win all around.
Yay!
Yeah, I love hearing that. And we're so fortunate to get the training that we do. It it would cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I don't feel that's an exaggeration with the amount of training that we get to help us be better business people, have better businesses, and have better lives, so that we learn how to weed out the clients. I'm just reflecting back. I've been really fortunate. All my clients I've enjoyed working with, and they've had wonderful experiences. We all know people who in the working profession that are not as fortunate as us, that don't always have wonderful clients to work with.
Yeah, wonderful.
We're really lucky that way. Or has that been your experience too, David, with the training?
yeah, yeah. No, it is probably the best thing about being a director consultant, although I know it can um, it does take up time, but the fact that we get it for free, if people kind of keep an open mind to it, I think it's really the transformative part of it, you know. So
So going,
combined with the work that we do, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It has been a gift in my life to get to be a leader of other people and other chapters, and just this idea of how we stand up and speak about what this thing is and how we can do it better. That's been a great gift to me, to as a speaker, to be better and better at what I do and what I speak about. So for people who are tuning in just learning about Laura Vidal, we want to make sure they know how they can find you besides on our thread here with this video. What's your favorite way for people to reach out to you, Laura?
I There's always been a mystery to me on the world's communications, and today is no exception. Last night I found out that my website isn't exactly as functional as I thought it was, and I worked as diligently as I could to get it live. So the best way to contact me at the moment is Laura at vidalmedicalintuitive.com.
Okay, that's
My
easy
email.
enough.
I
Let it,
know that's working. I know that's working. It's protected. It's HIPAA compliant, and I will work through that website because it's vidalmedicalintuitive.com. However, I'm not so sure you're going to find me live right at the moment. Uh, That is
okay, let's
that is
say it's
one
going
of
to
my
be
goals.
easy and flowing for you to be able to connect with Laura. And then that, what does it look like for people to get started to work with you? Do you have like a consult or
Yes,
yeah?
I have it can be about 30 minutes. It can be less to see if we can work together. And then from there, I send a client agreement for you to review, understand what I do and what services I don't provide. And from there, I typically there's a proposal so that you
Great.
understand. And uh,
So I think that's awesome, Laura. And so if you're tuning in and you have some particular thing that's going on for you health-wise and you'd like to see what's possible for you, this is a great opportunity to reach out to Laura and, see if it's a fit to have her great knowledge to support you in your healing process. And anything else you want to say, Mr. David, before we close out our fun time with Laura?
Yeah, well, I look forward to kind of regrouping with you two maybe in our hibernation season, so to speak, because just to tie like our podcasts together from Quantum Leap, it was about getting ready for 2026, and I'd like love to regroup about doing some type of live panel maybe on your topic for next year, so to kind of continue the discussion, but also make it even more easy to find, and that it's a kind of a live panel discussion or something. So we can talk more about it, but yeah.
that
Right
sounds
on.
That sounds interesting for
Well, it would be live stream, so we're going to be doing some more innovative things next year that I'm looking at, but I want to talk to Erica first about it because I know she'll be excited about it, but I want to get her input and see how we make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed making a summit a summit happen a couple years ago with you, David, where we had 8 speakers on, and it was we had a fundraising aspect of the summit, and about 80 people were registered and were on and off throughout the 3 hours. It was really powerful. So I'm all ears to hear about your ideas, and I understand you just released your book, huh?
Yeah, I was talking about that on the first segment. So it's called Solopreneur, and it's really on getting your website dialed in, marketing strategy, networking up, a lot of the stuff that I've learned through BNI and contact with our colleagues, and also going over on our Quantum Leap podcast. I just wrote that up as a book for solopreneurs. So
Cool. Well, I'm
but
where
looking
can
I'll
I
forward
send
get
to.
it
it?
to you guys. I'd love to
I
get your
think you sent
feedback
it to
on it.
me.
Yeah.
I haven't had a
Yeah.
chance to look at
Okay.
it. And what were you saying, Laura?
Will you send me a copy? Because perhaps this is the glitches have all happened because you're supposed to be helping me, David.
Okay, will do. I'll send it on over. Yeah.
Right on. Well, it's great to be with you guys. And how do we close out 2025 ripple effect?
Rippling.
Woo!
Yeah. Erica does that the best. So we,
Uh,
well, great work, Erica, and appreciate you taking the lead on the segment and introducing Laura to us and her ideas, and what a great segment. So, we'll look forward to connecting soon. I'll see you guys soon. Yeah.
yeah, be
Um,
well. See you very soon.
sounds good.
See
Are
you
you going to
next
be here
year on the
tomorrow,
Ripple Effect
Erica?
Talks. Bye.